Celia from Spark Academy, and today we're going to be looking at fractions, decimals and percentages. So when we are looking at percentages as fractions and decimals, firstly we need to remember that a percentage is just means out of 100. So 1% is the same as 1 out of 100 and 20% is the same as 20 out of 100. Then we can think about the fraction. So if we know that 1 over 100, that is the same as 0.01. So 2 over 100 is the same as 0.02. Write down the fraction, decimal, the percentages for this image here. So if we look carefully, we've got out of 100, it's shaded in 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So we'd write that as 0.50 as a decimal. Our fraction is 50 over 100 and our percentage is 50%. So what's the fraction decimal percentage for this image? We've got 10, 20 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 25. So it would be 0.25 as your decimal, 25 over 100 as our fraction, but we could also write that as 1/4 and 25%. I'd like you to write the shaded amounts as a decimals and a percentage. So the first one is 50%, 0.50 and 50 over 100. 41%, 0.41 and 41 over 100. Order these amounts from the highest to the lowest. So what I would think about doing is either it's the easiest thing to do is convert them all to the same thing. So you could transfer them all to percentages, or you could make them all into decimals, or probably that's the easiest thing to do because most of them are decimals. So 62% is the same as 0.62 and 65% is the same as 0.65. So 0.7, 0.68, so we're going from the highest because 0.7 is the same as 0.70. Then we've got 0.68, then we've got 65%, and don't forget that's the same as 0.65. Then we've got 62%, which is the same as 0.62. And then we've got 0.6, which is the same as 0.60. I'd like you to have a go at writing down the decimals as percentages. So we've got 0.2, 0.7, 0.35 and 0.56 and 0.58. Then have a go at writing down the decimals, the percentages as decimals. 10%, 60%, 40%, 25%, 75% and 81%. So the first one in percentages is 20%, 70%, 35%, 56% and 98%. And your decimals should be 0.10, 0.60, 0.40, 0.25, 0.75 and 0.81. Now let's have a look at the different pictorials, percentages, fractions and decimals we've got here. So the pictorial is your picture. So what we've got here is we've got out of 100 and we've shaded in 10, 20, 30, 41. And we write that as a percentage would be 41 parts per 100, which is 41%. Think about what your fraction is. Our decimal is 4100, so it's 0.41. So our fraction is 41 out of 100, which is 41 over 100 as our fraction. And then this is really important for you to jot this down and remember these key facts. So 1/2 is the same as 0.5 or 0.50 and that's 50%. 3/4 is the same as 0.75 or 75%. 1/5 is the same as 0.2 or 0.20, 20%. 1/8 is the same as 0.125, which is the same as 12.5%. And we've also got 93 over 100, which is 0.93, which is 93%. And 1 over 50 or 1/50th is 0.02, which is 2%. And 1 out of 25 or 1 over 25 is 0.04 or 4%. So these are key facts that I think it's really important that you learn them and you write them down and you take interest in these different facts here. Well, that's all for now, but if you've got any further questions, please don't hesitate to ask them within the lesson.